practical tips that people can utilize in their lives day to day.
Redirecting your focus to what you can control. Find relaxation techniques that work for you. Focus on joy and kind of the small pleasures that you find enjoyable in your life. Accept the diagnosis.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-author of The Kidney Disease Solution and co-founder of Kaigenesis and master formulator over there. And today I'm joined again by the beautiful Nicole Williams from the Kidney Nutritional Institute. Anyone listening to this that's just been diagnosed with kidney disease, or maybe is in the throes of it, or they're on dialysis, or they're waiting for transplant, do you have a sort of high overview sort of steps or practical tips that people can utilize in their lives day to day to just try and bring them back and their bodies back into more an environment where it's more conducive for healing versus being stressed, as you mentioned before?
A bigger part of that is beginning to accept the diagnosis. And I think that is pretty difficult. You know, kidney disease or any chronic condition is something that it feels like a life sentence in a way. You know, you are definitely day to day having to manage and now build your life. Almost, this has become a part of your life. And I want to say that accepting a diagnosis doesn't mean that you're just going to deal with it, right? I want to be clear about that. Or what I don't want someone to feel is that they need to kind of bulldoze over their emotions and hide how they feel. It really means just acknowledging that you have kidney disease, recognizing you may not have questions answered that you want, and taking a moment and allowing yourself to stop kind of struggling or pushing against that. Because that's when you have that tug of war happening, that is only going to make things worse. So if you take an honest look at where you are, and then you can begin to, develop strategies and think about ways to handle it. The second thing I have here is to focus on joy and kind of the small pleasures that you find enjoyable in your life. The overwhelming nature of, getting a diagnosis, having to navigate through those changes, it can be easy to jump into fix it mode. Okay, what do I need to do next? Who do I need to see? What appointments do I need to schedule? And our to-do list can grow pretty quickly. In addition to the to-do list, what I want to encourage is someone to create a joy list, or a joy jar is another way of putting that. And so that's really taking a moment to reflect on what you enjoy, and not just making a mental note of it, but writing it down. Because when you have those moments of stress, those moments when you just really have to pull yourself through the day, having that list present for you and accessible so you can remember, oh, you know what? It's really helpful when I sit down and listen to this specific song, or I really love taking a few minutes to bake, or whatever that is. What really are those small things that can bring you joy? So third, I think it's important to find relaxation techniques that work for you. So, right, meditation is the first one that comes to mind, and I'm a big proponent for that. That may not be the first thing that somebody wants to do. It takes some time. So I like to encourage clients just to become more mindful throughout your day. There are simple ways to build in mindfulness in regular activities. I've shared a lot about taking mindful walks. If you're someone who takes walks outside, that means taking a moment to observe the colors of the leaves on the trees. What sounds do you hear? What colors and things do you see in your environment? Also, mindful cooking is a thing too. So while someone is cooking their meals or preparing their meals, cooking has to be your thing though. I'm not a big cooker, so you have to first love to cook. But if you do, it means slowing down, tasting the food, savoring the smells. So there's ways to anchor yourself more in the present moment of the activity that you're doing. Two other things that I came across that I think would also be helpful are some breathing exercises. There's a lot out there. I tend to recommend square breathing, which is just a really simple, easy thing to do and can be repeated until you feel calmer. Most clients really like that. There's also what's called progressive muscle relaxation. And what that means is kind of tensing up, starting from like your face. So, tensing up your eyes, your jaw, and then holding that for about 30 seconds and relaxing, and then completing that cycle throughout different areas of your body. Research shows that that really helps to relax your body physiologically and releasing that tension and stress. So those are two, in addition to a meditation practice, that I think would be fairly simple to do within like a 10 to 15 minute time window. Next I have on here is redirecting your focus to what you can control, right? We kind of touched on this a little bit in our conversation. How can you empower yourself on this journey? What's interesting is when we think about like setting goals or making changes, we tend to think about what we want to either fix about ourselves or what we want to stop. Mm-hmm. So I like to encourage clients to think about what you want. What is it that you want to invite in? Focusing on what you will do instead of what you won't do. Those sorts of things are helpful. Again, expanding our awareness and maintaining a more positive outlook. I think it's also important to begin to set an intention or expectation for your day. We just talked about, right? Maybe your expectation is that you can't do the 10 things on your list that you normally would do because you move differently, or it takes longer for you to get up and get ready in the morning, or you have to go to bed earlier for whatever reason. So setting that intention and expectation for your day, and again, focusing on what you can do, it allows you to begin to look for bigger resources. So Kidney Coach is an amazing resource. KNI is an amazing resource. And as you start to focus on what you can control, like your diet, like your mindset, you're going to find those aligned tools that are out there for you.
Well, thank you, Nicole. As always, you're a wealth of knowledge and wisdom and caring. If anyone wants to work with you one-on-one or find out more about the groups, can they just go to www.kidneynutritionalinstitute.org and find you that way?
That's right. Yep. And navigate through mindset coaching. Mm-hmm.
If you want to know more about what we do, head over to www.kidneycoach.com. We've got the Kidney Disease Solution Program there. We also talk a lot about making sure that you're harnessing the power of your mindset and practicing self-compassion and all of those great things as well, because just like Nicole and Jessiana and her team, we know that it's such a huge part of the healing. Now, remember, if you want to get and be notified whenever Nicole comes on, or if we produce more videos, make sure you hit subscribe. You can also head over to our Kidney Coach Facebook page. It's just /Facebook. We've got an Instagram page that's just gone up as well, where we put little snippets of our interviews up there as well. So if you just want a little sound grab, head over to Instagram. And just thank you for being part of our community. And Nicole, again, thank you to you, your wisdom and sharing your time with us today. I always really, really appreciate it. And I think there's some great tools in there for people to be able to take away and practice, even if you don't have a chronic disease. I think there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Fiona.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Till next time.